Yeah, great. It's great, kind of all-around team win. All three sides were major contributors in this one, which was important, and really proud of all three sides. I thought defense was very solid all day. Did a good job limiting the run game, the explosive plays with all the speed TCU has on the field. They do a lot of different things formationally to challenge it. I thought we did a good job of getting lined up. I thought defensive line again made a lot of outstanding plays. So certainly proud of our defense. Guys did a great job. Special teams once again with a couple of big plays that really spurred us on again. So another solid performance by the special teams unit. Offensively, guys made some explosive plays. Thought we did some really good things up front. Had kind of a mixed bag opportunities with the skill guys. There were several that we made, a few that we didn't make, and still took a few too many negative yardage plays. So got to continue to grow, but we're getting better as a team. We're on the right trajectory, and we just got to do everything we can to continue to push that. And I just commend our players, staff, everybody. It was a really productive last 2 weeks after the Texas win. But we had a good plan together. Guys executed the plan. We got better and came down here and got a win on the road against a tough opponent. So that was it was an important game for us, no doubt, to build off the momentum of 2 weeks ago, to handle the bye week, and so very proud of this team.
Okay, we'll go to questions here. We'll start with Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lincoln, a big day from Marvin Mims. Again, with one where he's wide open and then finished it pretty tough there right at the goal line, and then another one where he made a really difficult catch. The diversity of what he's able to do and the importance of Marvin Mims becoming such a factor here for y'all.
Yeah, it's important. We've needed that, and the thing he keeps doing is he keeps answering the bell. Seems like every time he gets an opportunity, he makes a play, and he's a talented kid, but it goes back to his habits. He practices hard every day. He's a tough kid. He's really done a good job learning our stuff. Coach Simmons has done a really good job bringing him along, and to see him making such big plays early on in his career, both offensively and in the return game, has obviously been a big thing for this team. And so he's got to keep improving, but doing a lot of good things.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to Kerry Murdoch.
Hey, Lincoln, I was wondering if you could talk about the last few games for TJ Fletcher. Now, a lot of carries today. He seems to be getting better. What have you learned about him? And could you also kind of talk about your zone read today? And it just seemed to be kind of disjointed.
Yeah, TJ's done a nice job. Has really made some good plays. I think he's just getting more in sync. It's been a while since he's played, this kind of ball, where he's been, a feature guy and getting as many carries and opportunities. And I think he's really starting to settle in. You can really kind of feel it through the games. He obviously got off to a great start today. Ran hard, tough, really, I thought saw things, it just keeps getting better. It's not where we want it, with him or any part of the run game. It's close, and it's just the thing I'm excited. It's been better really each of the last 4 weeks. We've seen the progress, so it's just a matter of time. And but proud of how tough, physical TJ played, ran the ball well. So we just got to keep building there.
And your zone read, just some reads that aren't being made right, something you got to work on a little more practice.
Yeah, we didn't run a whole bunch of zone read. I mean, there's we made a few mistakes, so we gotta get better at them.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to Darren Emick.
Lincoln, the importance of growth for this team. You've referenced repeatedly over the course of your start how you've got to learn from experiences. I think we focused on Spencer most of all, but that goes across the board. Just in general, your sense of what you learned about this team today here in Fort Worth.
That I think we got a lot of good things inside of us. I was really proud of how we handled the bye week, and I know I've hit on that so much, and people are probably saying, "Why do you keep talking about that?" But everything's a challenge right now. I mean, everything. I mean, it's almost more of a challenge when you don't have a game and don't have all the stuff surrounding a weekend, just with all that we're dealing with. And so Just really proud of how we handled that. I think it's a team that wants to find out how good we can get. I sense that in the way we practice, the way we respond. When we coach these guys or ask them to do something, they've been very willing. So just, yeah, I'm excited about where this team can go. I mean, and I think our whole team senses it. I mean, we're still not even scratching the surface of what we feel like we can be. But we're getting closer. And if we keep doing that, then, you know, by the end of this thing, we might be pretty decent. So we'll just keep plugging away.
Okay, Joe Bentner.
I'm supposed to be looking into this or that.
Up in a lot of spots today. What do you make of their progress?
Kind of weird. Well, okay.
I guess the value
Well,
they add to your
yeah.
team when they're able to
You can't see my face.
I guess plays as well as they have through 5 games.
I'm sorry, Joe. You're gonna have to say that again. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm
Of course, it
curious
was a
about-
long question too.
I was curious about the value you have in just the defensive line, how they've been able to step up
Yeah.
through the first 5 games. Just, I mean, are they farther along than you expected them to be?
They've been tremendous. You know, I give both Coach Thibodeau and Coach Kane a lot of credit. You know, I think they've really done a good job bringing, I mean, so many of these guys along. I mean, there's a lot of guys playing for us across that front that have either played 0 or very limited snaps before this year, and they really have. They've done a nice job, and they're doing it obviously without some key pieces, and which I think makes it all the more impressive. So. I think development's been good there. I think guys have really understood our scheme. You know, and like I've said a bunch, you know, this defense, one of the things that I loved about it when first time I watched it was, you know, it was about everybody on the field making plays, not necessarily always trying to funnel plays to this player or that player. And you have to be active and aggressive. And I feel like these guys have really embraced that. And then you've needed guys to step up, you know. And I've talked a lot about Isaiah Thomas and the job he's done, but there's several guys across that front. You know, I keep noticing Josh Ellison. Obviously, Perrion's made some nice plays. You know, Stripling had a big sack today, had a couple pressures. So, I mean, it's competitive. You know, we're able to play a bunch of guys, and we're really turning them loose, and we're going to keep doing it. Uh-huh.
Okay, we're in kind of a noisy area. If you could speak up when you ask your questions, it'd probably help. John Hoover.
Hey, Lincoln, you hear me okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, good. So I wanted to ask, is it kind of oversimplifying it maybe to say that we're watching this team grow up literally almost every possession? Like today, it was 17-0, and then they score a touchdown, and you're a replay review away from it being 17-14. That thing goes your way, and instead of wilting, you guys took off. Is that fair to say that you're growing up literally during the course of a game?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many plays. I mean, everybody sees the one with the review. I mean, there's a ton of plays throughout the game where it's inches away from being a big play for either team. I mean, that's just the game at this level. But I do think, yeah, are we growing up in front of your eyes? Yeah, I think we are. I mean, I think, you know, this team has just kind of stayed the course, and they, you know, they keep getting better. They want to play. And I think I really stick to the statement I said before. I really feel like more than ever, this team really wants to find out what we can be, you know, and doesn't want that, you know, this year to all of a sudden be over, and it's such a quick year with you know, the reduced schedule and everything else. But we don't want to get to the end of this and not have a good taste of, you know, what we feel like the potential was. And they've done that the way they've worked and the way they've handled all the adversity that, you know, a lot of teams have faced, everybody's faced throughout the country, and then some adversity that's very specific to us. And we haven't pouted, we haven't made excuses. We're just going to keep working and keep getting better, and I'm proud of the attitude that we've had up to this point.
Okay, Chandler Engelbrecht.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Can you just talk about the turnover play today? We've had a lot of emphasis on the fact that you guys want to force turnovers, but it seemed today there was just a emphasis on not having turnovers. Can you talk about how you guys held on to the ball today?
We did pretty good, I guess. I mean, you know, I think Theo maybe had one fumble. I thought Spencer's decisions were good. You know, line played well. Ball carriers, other than that one, protected it and did a nice job of it. So, yeah, it's a huge point of emphasis for us, and obviously it's, you know, it was very key in us being able to separate today.
James Hale.
Lincoln, you I loved your offense today because you took shots downfield, and Rattler really got to show off his arm talent, and your receivers, got separation today. What did you think of your throwing downfield? It looked like it was a lot of fun, and you guys were executing it pretty well.
Yeah, no, we hit our share. Thought we had potentially shot to hit a couple more, but yeah, no, guys did a good job. I mean, I think anytime you start wanting to put the ball down the field, the first key is protection, and I thought our lineman backs did some really nice things there. Gave Spencer the time and confidence to let him loose, and then guys won some one-on-ones, which against a Gary Patterson coach defense, I mean, you have to. They do such a good job of in the secondary of being very aggressive, but kind of aggressive in a very smart way, and so when you are able to get those one-on-ones, man, you got to make them. And like I said, we made a few big ones at key times, and I thought loosened them up a little bit and helped open up some things for the run game.
The combination of Rattler to Mims is becoming pretty big in college football.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of trust. I mean, there's still, those two guys still screw up a lot of stuff, so they got to get better. But they're young guys that are making some big plays for this team right now.
Thanks.
For just a couple more, Brandon Drum.
Hey, Lincoln, Rattler looked like he was more at ease, way more at ease today than he has been at any other point during the season. Can you kind of talk about his growth, I guess, even from the Texas game, the bye week to now? Is he becoming more at ease in the pocket, seeing things a lot quicker in your mind?
I think so. I thought he had a good feel for the plan we wanted today. Yeah, and these, coming out and being a start quarterback at this level, especially a school like this, I mean, you have to experience it. I mean, as much as you mentally can prepare guys and do everything you can to get them ready and talk to them and have guys that have been in that same position talk to them and all that. It's just experiencing it is another thing, and so I think he's getting more used to the emotions, the ups and downs, kind of what it feels like. And I thought he had just a really good feel today of winning football, and managed it and made some explosive plays along the way.
Okay, and Keegan Renault.
Yeah, Lincoln, how important was for you guys to kind of, I don't know if you would describe it as a complete game, but, from the first quarter to fourth quarter, it seems like you guys had full control of this thing to the end, and especially in that third quarter when you guys was able to extend the lead. Just how important do you think it was for your guys to be able to put that, on tape and for you guys to see moving forward?
Yeah, I don't know. You come win on the road against a Gary Patterson coach team like this. I don't know. I'd say it's pretty complete. We've had some pretty good football teams around here. I don't know that we've come in here and beat them like we did today. Maybe one year. I thought it was pretty complete. Now I'm not confusing complete with can we get better. I mean, there's no doubt we got a long ways to go, but it feels good. It was definitely a step in the right direction. We did some things better today than we've done the majority of the year, and a lot of the work that we're putting in behind the scenes right now is starting to show up, here on the game days. So, we got another tough one coming up, going down to Lubbock, and so hopefully we can grow and continue to play even better than we did today.
Last question, Kalen McCurry.